This video will answer all of your questions related to Vivian. Vivian will be an S-Rank Ether Anomaly agent. She will release in the first half of version 1.7. Keep in mind that the kit information is always subject to change. There can also be some mistakes in her kit depending on the source. I upload these vids to show a basic layout of the character's kit to you guys and to help you guys pre-farm or save some materials in advance, so a subscribe will be highly appreciated. Vivian will be an off-field damage dealer. She will also be able to perform DoT. She will have two state, one is the floating state and the other one is a ground state. If you are planning to pull her, don't miss out on some insane savings. Make sure to top up with lootbar.gg, which lets you save up to 21% on every top up. Wondering how it works? Let's buy some monochromes right now. No complex steps are needed either. Just enter your UID and server and you are set to enjoy your new character. Lootbar.gg is a trusted and safe platform because of their cooperation with Hoyoverse's routing partners. With hundreds of thousands of happy users and thousands of positive reviews, it's no wonder that many top content creators are using it. So don't miss out on these insane savings and get a huge discount on your desired character through my link in the description. These are her base stats. Her basic attack will deal physical and ether damage. After the fourth attack, you will be able to enter ground parachute state, and if you have charge, she will be able to enter her floating state after you hold on fourth basic attack. The attacks she will do in her ground parachute state are called ground branch. During the ground state, her basic attack will be able to gather one charge point, and if you trigger a perfect dodge during this state, you will gain another charge point. And when you switch Vivian with another character during this state, she will automatically perform this attack. So this state will be used for mainly gathering charge points, and you will also be able to switch easily. Now let's talk about her floating state. When Vivian enters her floating state, if you hold the button, it will perform consecutive attacks ending with an attack with insane amount of damage. The last attack is called as Bloom Attack. Her charge points will be consumed in Bloom attacks, which will in return give her enhancement effect stacks which will be used in her off-field damage. She can hold up to 4 enhancement stacks. So how will Vivian use these stacks? When her teammate uses X special attack, she will consume the enhancement stack to deal the Bloom attack on the target. When you tap on her special skill, she will move forward and deal physical and ether damage. If you keep pressing her special attack, she will enter her floating state. Her X special attack will deal large amount of ether damage. It will restore 2 charge points, and after that, she will enter her ground parachute state. If you hold the skill, she will enter her floating state. Now let's move on to her core passive. To my understanding, her Bloom attack will deal additional anomaly damage to the enemies based on the attribute of anomaly damage previously dealt to the enemies. This damage will depend on her anomaly proficiency and the already afflicted anomaly attribute, 1.55% with ether, 0.8% with electric, and so on. The problem is that, according to recent information, it will not practically work like the percentage. For example, Ether Anomaly will have 0.155%. But I can't say anything for sure. This information has changed so many times, so keep yourself updated. And keep in mind they change a lot of values in beta kits. That's why I try to avoid numbers as much as I can. When this additional attack is triggered, the enemies will be inflicted with poison state. Basically, it will provide damage over time. Enemies will take ether damage after every half second. Poison state ends when the enemies are no longer in anomaly state. Now let's talk about her additional abilities. If there is another anomaly character or a character with the same attribute, whenever her ally triggers Anomaly, she will consume 1 stack of enhanced effect to perform a Bloom attack. Corruption damage dealt by the team and disorder damage when corruption is triggered are increased by 18%. Her chain attack will deal ether damage and restores 1 charge point. It will also activate her floating state. Her ultimate will deal large amount of ether damage, restore 4 charge points, and she will enter her floating state. Her dodge counter and quick assist will also allow her to enter her ground parachute state. She can also enter floating state if she has enough charge points. Her assist follow-up will also give her a charge point. Mindscape 1 will increase her Bloom attack damage by 15%. When her ally triggers Anomaly, Vivian will deal an additional Bloom attack after a short delay without consuming charge points. Mindscape 2. Enemies will receive 25% more damage from her poison state. Mindscape 4. Vivian will restore an additional charge point when she dodges in her ground state. Her ground state will consume an additional stack on enhancement, and a Bloom attack will be performed on target. Mindscape 6 will increase the range of blooming attack generated by Air Branch, and its multiplier will also be increased by an insane amount. Air Branch attack will consume all enhancement effects when it is launched, and each stack of enhancement effect consumed will trigger an additional blooming attack. Her signature W engine will obviously be the best choice for her. It will give all the things that an anomaly unit needs. It will increase her anomaly proficiency and anomaly mastery. Its substat will give 90 anomaly proficiency. Her attribute anomaly accumulation efficiency is increased by 40%. When the wielder deals ether damage, the anomaly mastery increases by 20 for 5 seconds, stacking up to 6 times. This effect can be triggered once every 0.5 seconds. Electro Lip Gloss will be very good, A-Rank W engine for her. You can get it from the Battle Pass. This freaky W engine will increase her anomaly proficiency, attack and damage. Its substat will give her 75 anomaly proficiency. When there are enemies inflicted with attribute anomaly on the field, the equipper's attack increases by 10% and they deal an additional 15% more damage to the target. Weeping Gemini can be a good choice for her. It will increase her attack and anomaly proficiency. Whenever a squad member inflicts an attribute anomaly on an enemy, the equipper gains a buff that increases anomaly proficiency by 30, stacking up to 4 times. This effect expires when the target recovers from stun or is defeated. You can also use the Rainforest W engine. It will increase her attack and anomaly proficiency. Its substat will give her 75 anomaly proficiency. For every 10 energy consumed, the equipper gains a buff that increases attack by 2.5% for 10 seconds, stacking up to 10 times. For her drive disk main stats, you can use anomaly proficiency for slot 4, ether damage for slot 5, and anomaly mastery or attack percent for slot 6. For her substats, focus on getting anomaly proficiency, attack percent, and penetration. For her best drive disk set, use 4-piece Phaethon's Melody. Honestly, it looks like this set was designed especially for her. It will increase her anomaly proficiency and off-field damage. Its 2-piece set will increase anomaly mastery by 8%, according to its 4-piece set. When any squad member uses an X special attack, the equipper's anomaly proficiency increases by 45 for 8 seconds. If the character using the X special attack is not the equipper's ether damage is increased by 25%. For 2-set bonus, you can either use Freedom Blues or Chaos Jazz. Both of them will give 30 anomaly proficiency. Use the one with best substats. You can also use the 2-piece Chaotic Metal for an extra 10% ether damage. For her best team, you can use her with Bernice and Astra Yao. For now, this is her best team. Vivian's core passive has the highest additional attack damage scaling with Fire attribute. Both Bernice and Vivian will be able to provide DoT and off-field damage. Astra Yao will also synergize pretty well with Vivian, as tremolo attacks triggered only by her chords are considered as X special attacks, which will be able to trigger Vivian's bloom attacks. For her other teams, she can be used with other anomaly characters such as Grace and Yanagi, but we will have to wait for more information for that.
Zone Zero.